Hey everybody, I wanted to record a quick video on emails because that's our assignment. Sorry that we're not in the classroom this week on Thursday, so I wanted to record this to help you with your assignment. Hopefully you've already watched the video on audience. If you haven't, please do that. That is the first thing that you want to think about anytime you're writing anything, but especially an email, is who is my intended audience, who's the, kind of unintended audience that might end up reading it. In this case, for the assignment that you have, you actually kind of are writing it to almost two audiences simultaneously. It's sent to all employees, but there is information that's manager specific in there. So think about that a little bit, how you're going to word that. It's information for the managers, but really you kind of want to aim it towards all employees. So a little tricky with that. We also want to think about the purpose, right? What is the purpose of the email? Every single piece of information you include in the email should be supporting the purpose. We want no extraneous information. If you've got two subjects that you want to write someone about, you write two emails. Right? We don't combine information, because what happens is when we send information via email, oftentimes we open it, we give it a quick look. Oh, okay, that's about the meeting on Friday. Gotcha. I might not read it right now. Instead, I file it away in my brain that says, oh yeah, okay, I'll go back and look at that information as I get closer to Friday for the meeting. So what if you sent me this email and I look at it quickly and I say, oh, okay, that's about the meeting on Friday. But in the last paragraph, you added a thing that was like, oh, and hey, can you send me this information by tomorrow so that I can run this report that I need for... Well, maybe I won't get that information until it's too late and you have to send me another email. So make sure you've got a clear purpose, make sure you've got a clear audience, and that everything you include in the email is for that purpose. For this assignment, I do want you to set it up like you're writing an email, even though we're not actually sending the email. Have your to, have your from, have your subject. The subject should be meaningful. I should be able to look at it and know what the email is about. It's not a secret. You should have a salutation and you should have a closing. You can make up your email and phone number and all that good stuff. And then when it comes to the actual body of the email, so we mentioned, right, everything should have to do with the purpose. I had a saying that my business writer teacher told me in college that I always remember. For every sentence you add, you lose readers. We know that's true, right? Whenever we read something online, how often do you finish the article? Right? Same thing with an email. Not everybody's going to finish the email. So you need to make sure that the first sentence includes every important piece of information. Not necessarily the details, right? If they're interested, they'll look further down for the details. But I should know the point of the email from reading the very first sentence. Then you can give me the reasons why, you can give me the details about it, but that first sentence should give me the bottom line of the email. When you think about the body of the email, I want you to think about white space, how you're going to organize it to make it more readable. Usually paragraphs are 1 to 3 sentences maximum. You want to have them single-spaced and then have a space in between each paragraph. So that gives you some white space in there. Typically we don't really indent in emails, but you can. Some people do. Whatever you do, just make sure you're being consistent. Also think about how else you can add white space. Headings, bullet points, numbering. Lots of choices in there, but think about what information would be best using that instead of just writing it out in a sentence. You might even have a couple different things. You could even have a table in there if you think that would be the best way to do it. The other thing to think about is the order of information. What do people need to know first and second and third, right? So think it through logically. What would I need to know to make this the easiest for me to read? It gets a little tricky with this, so just think that through when you're writing it. I mean, and we always want to do that, right? Oh, they need to understand this before they can understand that. Okay, so I hope that helps you get through your email assignment. We're going to be doing a rhetorical analysis as the first part of it. That means I want you to say, audience, tell me, right, who you think the audience is and how that's going to affect how you write it. Tell me the purpose and tell me the medium. So how the fact that it's an email, how is that different than if you were writing them a letter or having a conversation with them, for example? Okay. So you're going to do the rhetorical analysis. Then I want you to do multiple drafts of your email. And I need to be able to see that you're doing multiple drafts. So you would never do this in the real world. But what I want you to do is type your email, type your draft, then copy it and go to the next page in your document and paste it and then reread it, make your changes, do whatever you want to do. Then before you make any more changes, copy it again, put it in another document, make your changes, right? So I want to see the evolution of your drafting process. All right, so that's going to be the draft that you create. You're going to submit that to me under assignments and to each other in your groups under my group discussions, and then give each other feedback on it to help you with your final email. If you have any questions, please email me, and I will see you guys on the 6th. Thanks.